Russian forces have struck a museum in the center of the Ukrainian city of Kupiansk. One person has been killed and 10 others have been injured. Zelensky's chief of staff has said that the damage has been caused by a Russian S-300 missile. Kupiansk lies in the Kharkiv region. It's an important rail hub that was occupied by Russian forces for months after the invasion. Russian President Vladimir Putin's ally Dmitry Medvedev has warned that the world is probably on the verge of a new world war. He added that the world is sick and cautioned that the risks of a nuclear confrontation are also rising. Medvedev serves as a deputy chairman of Putin's Security Council. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov told the United Nations Security Council that Russia tried to stop conflict from occurring in Ukraine. He said Kyiv and its Western handlers trampled on an approved agreement to resolve the conflict. Meanwhile, the US ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, said Russia invaded Ukraine and struck at the heart of the UN Charter. She added that the action was part of an illegal, unprovoked and unnecessary war. Estonian Prime Minister Kaja Kallas met Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and signed a joint declaration condemning the Russian invasion. Estonia is a NATO member. Kallas supported Kyiv's call to join NATO. In the joint declaration, the two leaders said that they agree to work together to establish a path that will help bring Ukraine closer to NATO membership. The two warring factions in Sudan have agreed to a 3-day ceasefire. This comes as Western, Arab and Asian countries race against time to evacuate their citizens stranded in the country. The Sudanese armed forces said that the US and Saudi Arabia mediated the truce. So far, the two warring sides have failed to abide by previously reached deals. At least 427 people have been killed amid clashes between Sudan's armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group. The Indian government has launched Operation Kaveri to evacuate around 3,000 Indian citizens stranded in Sudan. Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said about 500 Indians had reached Port Sudan. He added that the government is working to bring them home in ships and aircraft. The operation was announced at a public event in Kerala. India has also stationed two Super Hercules C-130J aircraft in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia to evacuate its citizens. US President Joe Biden has announced that he will seek a second term in the White House. Biden has finally put months of speculation to rest. His latest election campaign video has deemed the next election as a fight against Republican extremism. With this, there's a likelihood that Biden and former US President Donald Trump might take each other on once again.
And Sweden.
China's foreign ministry has dismissed accusations by British Foreign Minister James Cleverly of a major military expansion in recent years. During a speech, Cleverly said that he will urge China to be more open about the reasons behind what he called the biggest military build-up in peacetime history. He added that Britain is open about seeking to deepen cooperation with allies in the Indo-Pacific. Guatemala's president is on a trip to Taiwan. He pledged his support for what he called the Republic of Taiwan. This comes as Beijing continues to step up pressure on countries that have diplomatic ties with the self-governed island. Honduras recently severed ties with its longtime diplomatic partner Taiwan and sided with China. Two explosions took place in a counter-terrorism ammunition depot in northwest Pakistan. 13 people have been killed while 50 have been injured. The provincial police chief spokesperson said that the ammunition probably caught fire due to an electric short circuit. So far, there is no evidence of an attack from outside. Most of those killed in the blasts are police counterterrorism officers. The incident is under investigation. Kenyan President William Ruto has likened the priest at the center of a starvation cult to a terrorist. He has instructed authorities to find the root cause of what exactly happened. He said, and I quote, "Terrorists use religion to advance their heinous acts. People like Mr. Mackenzie are using religion to do exactly the same." So far, 73 bodies have been recovered in Kenya's starvation cult case. Chile has buried around 1 million poultry animals as an avian influenza has spread through farms. This has affected egg prices. The prices of eggs have increased 35% over the last year. Chile also reported cases of the H5N1 bird flu in wild animals. The country's health authorities have noted that the virus can be transmitted from birds or marine animals to humans. However, there is no known human-to-human transmission. People in France sarcastically celebrated President Emmanuel Macron's re-election anniversary. Many people banged pots and pans outside Paris City Hall. This comes amid ongoing anger over Macron's pension reform system. The pension reforms will increase the retirement age in the country from 62 to 64 years. Former United Nations chief Ban Ki-moon met Myanmar's military junta chief Min Aung Hlaing. The junta's information team said that the two leaders openly exchanged views on the latest developments in Myanmar. The meeting comes as diplomatic efforts are on to end a crisis that began with a military coup in February 2021. Min Aung Hlaing was sanctioned by the US after the coup took place. Migrants from various Central and South American countries arrived on the banks of the Rio Bravo. The river forms a natural border between Mexico and the US. Migrants attempted to cross the river to reach the United States. They used inflatable air mattresses. This comes a day after migrants marched to Mexico City to protest against detention centers. Violence has broken out on the streets of Haiti. Locals lynched at least 10 suspected gang members in Port-au-Prince. Police say that the suspected gang members were armed and had been traveling in a vehicle when they were lynched and set on fire. The incident comes days after confrontations between gang members and security agents. Haiti has seen its security situation deteriorate and gangs grow since 2021. Residents of Sumatra in Indonesia began evacuations after a 7.3 magnitude earthquake struck the island. The earthquake triggered tsunami warnings for around 2 hours. People headed to safe zones with minimal belongings. Indonesia experiences earthquakes frequently as it's located on the so-called Pacific Ring of Fire. This is a seismically active zone where different plates of the Earth's crust meet. India's meteorological department has predicted rainfall and thunderstorms in several Indian states. Many states are likely to get relief from scorching heat. Heatwave conditions in New Delhi will reduce. Heavy rainfall is expected in the states of Meghalaya, Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. A lack of rain in Spain has led to a rise in prices for olive oil to record levels. Olive oil prices have surged almost 60% since June last year. Spain produces about half of the world's olive oil. It is harvested between October and February. That means that if it doesn't rain, there will be poor crop again. Weather forecasters have said not a single drop of rain fell across more than half of the country in the first 17 days of April. Leaders from European countries surrounding the North Sea have pledged to scale up offshore wind power generation in the region. The aim is strengthening in energy security. France, Germany, the Netherlands, along with Norway and Britain, have pledged to develop what they call energy islands. The aim is to reduce the use of carbon dioxide emitting fossil fuels.
Can you tell us more about?
South Korea has indicated has indicted Terraform Labs co-founder Daniel Shin and 9 others on multiple charges. In February, crypto fintech firm Terraform and its founder were charged for defrauding their investors. The case centers around Terra, USD, and Luna. Both were a type of cryptocurrency that collapsed in May last year. The collapse accelerated a downturn in the crypto market. Coinbase Global has filed a lawsuit against the US markets regulator. The crypto exchange has asked the US federal court to compel the regulator to respond to its earlier petition. Coinbase had filed a petition last year. The petition asked the regulator to provide clarity on the rules for the crypto industry. Italian fashion house Valentino has said that its sales rose 10% in 2022. Sales were boosted by its directly operated shops. Sales through its own stores and e-commerce jumped 21% in the period. Meanwhile, sales from wholesale declined 6%. Its directly operated shops accounted for 62% of its total sales in 2022. Cold drink maker CocaCola said that it beat analysts' estimates for its first quarter revenue and profit. This was boosted by its price hikes. Average selling prices increased 11% in the first quarter. The company said in February that it would raise soda prices further in 2023. It reportedly said that prices will be hiked across the world at a moderate pace. More than 1,000 KFC stores will be rebranded as Rostix in Russia. Last week, KFC's parent company, Yum Brands, finalized its exit from Russia. It transferred the franchise rights to a local franchisee, Smart Service. The deal included all its Russian KFC restaurants and the trademark for Rostix brand. The price of the deal was not disclosed. US regional lender First Republic Bank has said it will lay off 20 to 25% of its employees in the coming quarter. This comes after the company reported that its deposits plunged by more than $100 billion in the first quarter of 2023. The company is reportedly exploring options to shrink its balance sheets. It's also seeking to slash expenses by cutting executives' payments and paring back office spaces. China's financial hub of Shanghai has said it will boost investments in the technology sector. The city will reportedly promote investments in specialized technology, including chip design and artificial intelligence. This comes as the country is pushing for self-reliance in the technology sector. Britain has announced a funding of nearly $125 million to set up an artificial intelligence task force. The task force will help develop foundation models like the AI used in chatbots such as ChatGPT. These will be reportedly used in fields like healthcare and education. User reviews for Snapchat's My AI feature is in, and it does not seem impressive. Over the past week, Snapchat's average US App Store review dropped to 1.67. 75% of this was a 1-star rating. Reports suggest that Snapchat received around 3 times more 1-star ratings than usual on April 20th. This was the day after the My AI feature was globally released. Japanese startup iSpace is preparing to land its spacecraft on the moon this Wednesday. If it succeeds, this would be the world's first lunar landing by a private company. This would also mark Japan's reversal from the recent setbacks it's faced in space technology. Moving on to sports, in cricket, the BCCI has announced the Indian squad for the World Test Championship final. The 15-man squad will play against Australia at the Oval in England in June. Batters Ajinkya Rahane and KL Rahul have been included in the team, whereas Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant have been dropped. Indian pacer Jasprit Bumrah has also been ruled out from the squad. New Zealand defeated Pakistan in remarkable style to level the T20 series at 2-2. The match was played in Pakistan's Pindi Cricket Stadium in Rawalpindi. Pakistan's Mohammad Rizwan remained unbeaten at 98 as Pakistan put up a total of 192 runs. Kiwi batsman Mark Chapman remained unbeaten as he scored 104 runs in just 57 balls. The Kiwis chased down their target in the final over with only 4 balls left. In football, Manchester United have begun talks with striker Harry Kane. The Englishman currently plays for Tottenham Hotspur and is not looking to renew his contract with them again. Man United are hoping to place a bid for the striker at the earliest. The Red Devils have also shortlisted Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, but Harry Kane remains their top priority. Chelsea are close to signing Argentine professional manager Mauricio Pochettino as their head coach. The former PSG manager became the frontrunner after Julian Nagelsmann withdrew from the race. Chelsea's owners have been under pressure to make the right choice after a chaotic start to 2023. FC Barcelona have secured a financial deal worth $1.6 million. The funding will be used to renovate the Nou Camp Stadium and its surroundings. Nou Camp is the largest football stadium in Europe and the fourth largest in the world. However, due to deteriorating conditions, organizers were unable to open all sections of the stadium for their fans. FIFA has received 4 bids from nations to host the 2027 Women's World Cup. Brazil and South Africa have submitted individual bids, whereas Germany, Belgium and the Netherlands have submitted a joint expression of interest. Meanwhile, Mexico and the US have also filed for a combined bid as hosts. In tennis, defending champion Ons Jabeur has withdrawn from the Madrid Open. The Tunisian star took to Twitter to announce her withdrawal due to a calf injury. This is the second injury that has affected Jabeur's season. The 2-time Grand Slam finalist won the Madrid Open last year. In hockey, the Chinese and Pakistani sides have confirmed their participation in the upcoming Asian Champions Tournament in India. The tournament will be held in the Radhakrishnan Stadium in Chennai in the state of Tamil Nadu. Other participating countries will include South Korea, Japan and Malaysia. Hosts India are the defending champions of the Asian Champions Trophy. In basketball, the NBA playoffs are currently underway. The Phoenix Suns, Denver Nuggets and Boston Celtics are each a win away from advancing in the playoffs. The Suns, Nuggets and Celtics lead their respective series 3-1. The Celtics have never lost a playoff series after building a 3-1 lead. They are 27-0 in these situations in their franchise history. In American football, Aaron Rodgers, the star quarterback of Green Bay Packers, has been traded to the New York Jets. The 39-year-old will be ending his 18-year-long tenure with Green Bay. Rodgers has been a 4-time MVP at Green Bay and won the NFL Championship Lombardi Trophy for his franchise in 2011. The Karate Kid franchise is set to return to the silver screen in 2024 with a brand new movie. The untitled project will mark the 6th installment in the franchise. It'll release exactly 40 years after the first Karate Kid film premiered in 1984. The original movie starred Ralph Macchio as a teenager who learns karate from martial arts master Mr. Miyagi in order to defend himself against a group of bullies. The first epic poster for The Equalizer 3 has been released. It teases Denzel Washington's upcoming Italian adventure as Robert McCall. The movie is said to be the last addition to the much-famed Equalizer franchise. The Equalizer is director Antonio Fuqua's loose film adaptation of the 1980s TV show of the same name. Brad Pitt is reportedly set to go up against F1 legend Lewis Hamilton in the British Grand Prix while filming his new movie. The actor has apparently gotten permission to complete the first parade lap at the famous Silverstone circuit in the UK. Hamilton is one of the film's executive producers. It'll see Pitt play an F1 driver who comes out of retirement to mentor an up-and-coming driver. Drake is being sued for reportedly using an unauthorized sample from Ghanaian rapper Obrafour on his 2022 album Honestly Nevermind. Obrafour is suing Drake for $10 million for infringing copyright. Alongside Drake, Obrafour is suing a number of individuals associated with Republic Records and the wider Universal Records company. Jury selection has begun in a trial for British pop superstar Ed Sheeran. It's over claims that Sheeran owes a share of profits from his hit Thinking Out Loud for copying Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On. The trial is the first of 3 that Sheeran could face from lawsuits over similarities between the 2 hits. The lawsuit alleges Sheeran had performed the 2 songs live as a medley and transitioned seamlessly between them. The trial is expected to last about a week. 3-time Grammy-nominated guitarist and 25-time Billboard chart topper Joe Bonamassa has announced a 26-date U.S. fall tour. The tour will kick off on October 23rd from Memphis. It will culminate in Hollywood on December 2nd. Bonamassa is currently in Europe on an 18-date tour. Tickets go on sale to the general public from April 28th. Musician Grimes is inviting creators to use AI-generated versions of her voice to make new music. She's saying she could even provide the raw audio files to facilitate it. The pop singer, whose real name is Claire Boucher, also said she would split 50% royalties on any successful AI-generated song that uses her voice. However, courts have not yet weighed in on AI's use in music, and it's unclear how any profit would shake out legally. Kesha is back on stage with her own rendition of the 2007 classic Umbrella by Rihanna. During a 24th April appearance on Jimmy Fallon's That's My Jam game show, the singer performed a glam rock cover of Rihanna's Umbrella as part of Fallon's musical genre challenge. In the spirit of the game, Kesha was instructed to sing a song in a completely different style, landing on the 2007 pop hit. Egyptian actor and rapper Mohamed Ramadan has announced that he is set to duet with international rapper Future. Ramadan said, "Next month I will sing with the most expensive singer in the world." He added that the most expensive rapper in the world is called Future, and this is the first song he will perform with an Arab singer. Netflix is doubling down on South Korea with plans to invest $2.5 billion over the next 4 years to produce more K-dramas, movies, and reality shows. The streaming giant has announced the push following a meeting between South Korea's president and a Netflix co-CEO in Washington. The latest news underscores how the entertainment behemoth is becoming more bullish on Korean content, which is being consumed by fans worldwide.